All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this is going to be a video dealing with some current event topics. Mainly, there's something going on here, which Dabu 7 has been reporting on, and I started taking a look into it as well because, it's looking pretty interesting. So it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. And it's dealing with these monkeys that I believe a couple of days ago, they said there was a crash and they had these lab monkeys that were that pretty much escaped. And they were warning people to stay away from these monkeys, not to try and approach them, not to try to catch them, none of that. And they said that eventually they found them all. Now, what's interesting is they said when they found them, they didn't capture them, they killed them. Right? Very interesting. And now Dabu put an update video, which in this update video, you pretty much have a woman who says that she came in contact with one of these monkeys, and shortly after she started developing symptoms, right? She said she developed a cough, something that resembled pink eye. So she went to the hospital. They tested her for, the Sicky Wiki Vicky, and they said that she didn't have it. She didn't have no wiki, nothing, right? She's taken all her Vanessas, so she's up to date. So I think they said they gave her a rabies shot, and they put on like a 14-day course for some medication. Now, she said there were others that were there at the time, because I believe she, if I'm not mistaken, she was there at the crash. Now, she said there were others that were there and they took off. So they're closely monitoring it to see, is whatever she's going through related to her encounter with the monkeys, or what. But like I said, it's something to keep a eye on, all right, and to look out for. And if it is something related to that, then it's going to be very interesting, not knowing who she came in contact with, who else came in contact with them, and you could have something new on the horizon. Now, what makes this even more interesting is that there is a movie. Okay, there is a movie that came out in 1995 called Outbreak. And I haven't watched this movie, but I have watched the trailer, and I plan on watching the movie. But when you watch the movie, it has featuring Dustin Hoffman and Morgan Freeman. When you watch the movie, it's about a monkey that's brought to America, and the monkey is carrying a deadly pathogen. And the monkey gets missing. It goes missing, right? It escapes or whatnot. And this monkey comes in contact with civilians, scratching people and whatnot. And next thing you know, these people start developing symptoms, and now you have a whole new demic on the scene. That's the setting of the movie, and they're looking for this monkey, trying to get this monkey, and you got people dying and so on and so forth off of a pathogen that was transmitted from a monkey coming in contact with people, and then the people started spreading it amongst themselves. So interestingly enough, they have a movie like that, and we know what is one thing that these devils do is predictive programming. All right, so they will show you things like that. The saying art imitates life. And movies are really just, a form of art, right? So they show you these things in their movies, and then sooner or later, they run it in real life. And this is all fulfillment of the end time prophecies, because when you read Matthew 24, Luke 21, Mark 13, which these are precepts that you're going to keep hearing, because these are precepts that are telling us about the times, the very times we are in currently. And there's signs that are going to be taking place in these times, because to show you, or to indicate the arrival of the Messiah, Yahushua. So when you read the book of Luke 21 and 11, it says, "And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and Even if you haven't been paying attention, you should have heard. But the thing is, a lot of people don't like they don't lay it to heart as to what's going on. All right, as in or earthquakes. They'll just hear, oh, there was an earthquake here off the coast of this in Japan, in China, and in this area, and they're like, oh, okay, but they're not mindful of it because they're not paying attention to these prophecies as where we are. So as we see an earthquake here, we're like, wait, hold on a second. There's a pattern. Like this is crazy, you know. And then immediately you think of what the Mark 13, Luke 21, Matthew 24. So Luke 21 and 11, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and what? And famines. As these shortages are getting worse, food prices are going higher. Now they're saying that the U.S. is gonna set up a Vanessa mandate for truckers coming in from the Canadian border and the Mexican border. So that is gonna further worsen, put even a further strain on the already damaged, broken, strained out supply chain. All right, making things harder as inflation gets worse and food becomes more scarce. Okay, so you're gonna have that's gonna lead to heavy food shortages, which is gonna lead to food riots. Is gonna lead to people starving to death. All right, it's gonna lead to some people getting wild and chaotic because of the lack of bread, as the scriptures tell you about in the book of Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. It explicitly says because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So the lack of bread meaning no access to food. Okay, and tribulation that in itself is an example of tribulation, but inflation is an example of tribulation. All right, amongst many other things. And then it says here, and pestilences. The key word here is plural. Pestilences. Not just one, but multiple. Plural. All right, because when you actually let's click the word pestilences. See what it says here in the Greek. Oh, Slovakia. Let me. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it back up again. So in the Greek for pestilences, we have here loimos, and it says pestilence, a pestilent fellow, pest, plague. Okay, so the Lord prophesied of earthquakes, famines, and pestilences, and it says, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. All right, and these are all things we're seeing now, and they're gonna get worse. So this demic, this sicky wiki crown Vicky is not the end all be all. There's more. And that's what the WHO was saying, that people shouldn't think that they're in the clear, that this is the perfect season for more to arise. And what did the scriptures say in the book of First Thessalonians, which we're going to get? All right, it talks about when they shall say peace and safety. So just when you think, man, we've been through so much, we've been through so much, and finally we can rest, finally, we can start looking at the new way, boom, sudden destruction comes. So now you have potentially something that's going around from a lab monkey. Now you don't know what they might have put in that monkey, you don't know if they decided to say, yo, let's, the new wave, phase 2, let's put something into these monkeys, spread them out for a little bit, and then find them and kill them after they've come in contact with a few, and now let's let that play out. Because remember, their agenda is depopulation. Okay, depopulation by many means, and pestilence is a great means of quick depopulation. So we're gonna follow that story closely, But think like the scriptures say, man, we are in a time of things that are gonna be happening, unprecedented things. All right, so you can expect unprecedented things you haven't seen before. If you see something and it's looking bad, know that it's gonna be the worst. It's gonna just keep getting worse. All right, it's gonna keep on going until it hits a point that nobody has ever seen before. So 1 Thessalonians 5:1, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Yeah, because those of us that are in the know, upon looking and looking at the things that are going on in the earth and knowing these prophecies, we already know what season, we already know what time we are in. We already know we're in the time of Jacob's trouble, so we know what to expect. Verse 2, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So now you have a lot of countries saying, look, enough with these requirements, throw them out, it's fine. Things that, it's like they're just all of a sudden, and nobody thinks that's weird. I'm sitting here looking at the joint, I'm like, oh, hold on a second. Nobody sees this? They're coming around and trying to do a U-turn. And we like, you guys just went so hard threatening and this and that, and all of a sudden you're done. That's it. You dropping all your no masks, no nothing. That's it. Just drop it all. What? How the hell does that make any? I mean, there were videos of somebody even outside. You step outside and you open your mouth and they catch you. They're arresting you. Pepper spraying people, arresting old ladies. Arresting people for drinking in public. They're telling people that you can't be outside your house for more than an hour, and you can't be outside for any other purpose than exercise or buying items from a store. Telling people that if you go to the grocery store, you can't conversate with your neighbor. Hold on one second. You guys did all of that so you could turn around and just throw it all out and just say, yeah, all right, we're done. We're done now. Isn't that interesting? And yet people just oh yeah, it's good. They're doing. They finally realized that they were wrong. So they're stopping it. Wait, hold on. You do realize you're dealing with the devil. The devil finally realized he was wrong and said, all right, I'm sorry, let me stop it. Really? You must not understand the definition of what it means to be a devil, a deceiver. That's why the scriptures say, be not ignorant of any matter small or great, and lest Satan should get an advantage of us. But we are not ignorant of his devices. So we know how this devil moves. And we know this devil is bloodthirsty for his agenda. So ain't no way he's just going to throw everything out without a plan. This is all, like I always say, they have a method to their madness. It looks like madness, but there's a method to it. And this is far, far, far from over. All right? Far from over. Anyway, it says here, 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. Now, what I just thought about in my head too was for people who either have played or watched football or, even basketball, there's a term called juking, right? You juke somebody where it's like you pretty much make them fall, or you move in a way where you mislead them. And if it's like football or maybe flag football, as the person is coming, trying to pull your flag, you start running maybe in the right direction, and as they're approaching you, you all of a sudden you make a sudden stop and then just sidestep to your left, and it causes this person who was coming full speed after you to be thrown off and probably fall as they reach for your flag. And that's what, and then all of a sudden they get back up and they start chasing you again. Then you stop and then sidestep to the right, and now they fall again. So that's what I just thought about. That's what it's likened onto what they're doing now. They were going full speed in one direction, then a sudden stop, and now it looks like they're going in the other direction. And they got people fumbling all over the place. And then just when you pick up and you try to go, then they stop and go. They're I don't even know what term to use, but they're juking you and playing with your minds. Here it is. You don't even know whether to wear a mask or not to wear it anymore. So it says back in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, sudden, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's what's coming. So pestilences, famines, hard times, sorrows, this is the times that we are in. So people better get ready, man. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. And who knows? The next thing, they might do a cyber attack. They might do a blackout. All right, but we got to watch and pray and watch and see. Shalom.